Reactions to the attack on Lord Ulan Sputnik, Lord Chancellor of New Gallifrey, by Lord David Abbott Miraflex, an ordinal of the New Gallifrey chapter of House Prydon, continue to reverberate. We'll be talking to the regenerated Chancellor shortly, but first we have further responses to the attack from some of those who were present.
The beginning of the meeting went quite well, I thought, very democratically. The ending of it was quite atrocious and very drastic, if I may say. But as far as I know, the Chancellor is quite well, and his regeneration did go through. It is absolutely barbaric, and as far as they said that they have will have no part of us, it's just it shows how they really feel.
What I saw was the Prydonians from New Gallifrey's faction just becoming more and more arrogant and obtuse toward the rest of the council, culminating in one of their number deciding that it was a good idea to shoot the president in the middle of a very crowded room. I have no idea what he thought he would actually achieve by this, because surely he's going to get caught. But no, they've brought along personal transportation systems to escape, which to me says it's all premeditated. They have now got to be found and executed for their crimes. I actually, in our meeting, argued against it. I thought it was the best idea all round if we allowed them to go peacefully, and that way we can avoid an all-out war, which is clearly what they were wanting. But unfortunately, given how they've acted, I think I have to back the Cardinal Lord Vale in his vote for execution.
NGPR spoke to the newly regenerated Chancellor earlier this week.
You know, I'd frankly had that body nearly 1,000 years. And we've been in SL space now for a considerable amount of time. I was surprised as anybody that it happened, but it happened and we must move on. We mustn't make this a part of the politics. We must make this an inevitability, something that just happens and we move on. My traveling companion, Miss Lightfoot, is very worried and very concerned and wants to address the issue directly by taking Mr. Rabbit out, and I believe the phrase was giving him a damn good kicking. Such things aren't necessary when such things happen by accident. This, for me, is an inevitable event. For Time Lords, this is part of life, and we must press on. In fact, to be honest, if I may be candid, and if this hits the cutting room floor, I wouldn't be, it wouldn't be too much of a tragedy, but I do think that there should have been a third option on the table. Why can we not work with House Prydonian? Why, I mean, they have as much to offer as we have to offer by giving them power from the Eye of Harmony. Why can we not come to trade in an accord? My good friend Sen, and Sen is my friend, I suppose, in the grand analysis, I just took a bullet for him. But Sen does not see grey areas, whereas I have been grey for so very long, Sephia. The grey is something of a speciality to me. And I suppose it's too late now. I suppose everything came to a head and it's all done and dusted. But for me, the thing that came out of the council meeting was one outstanding concept, which is we cannot condemn a Time Lord to death. Once you've been granted TARDIS, there is that symbiotic build between you and your time travel capsule. So when we kill one, we kill the other. That's not something we can do. Well, you see, my last regeneration I rather built myself. It was necessary at the time for our ongoing existence to raise our intellect. So I actually built my own brain. Unfortunately, when I did it, I was a moron. Um, so, so while it was a fine idea on paper, in actuality, um, the brain worked very nicely, but I've suffered so very much physically. Quite often, a Time Lord's regeneration is something that is a byproduct of the incident of his death. It's not this is, it's I is. This is who I am now. I'm still Ulan Sputnik, but this is my fourth regeneration. And I've been in SL space, in your terms, 7 years, longer, nearly 8 years. In my terms, over 1,500 years. So I've had plenty of time to get used to different bodies, and I'm sure, I mean, what happened for me 2.5 weeks ago. For you, I'm sure it's no more than half an hour. I'm very much looking forward to taking a new position within the High Council. I do not feel this moment that I will continue in the position that I am in as Lord Chancellor, but I do not know what my new position will be. There are people that suit the role far greater than I do. I have the deepest respect for Lady Sheets, and I feel that if I decide to step down, I will certainly nominate her for the role. I don't feel there needs to be an election. I will nominate somebody for the role, and everybody will agree.
Word has reached us of a potentially sensational document known as the Miraflex Memorandum that has apparently been sent to a few targeted individuals. We hope to have more news of this and of the official response very soon. Stay tuned to NGPR, your source for news of New Gallifrey.